The Strange Case of Brittany Murphy Part 2. So we left off with Brittany Murphy's father accusing her mother of selling Brittany's personal possessions in an online auction. So I did some digging. I went to juliansauctions.com, where I found proof that Brittany Murphy's personal possessions were sold in 2013. A group of personal identification items, including a United States of America passport belonging to Brittany Ann Murphy, issued on December 2nd, 1996, with a photograph of Brittany and signed Brittany. 2 Screen Actors Guild cards belonging to Murphy from 1989, an Academy of Television Arts and Science card, an American Federation of Television and Radio Artists card, an HID Building Entry card with Brittany Murphy, and a color photo of her. And 3 American Express traveler's checks dated October 24th of 1997, $20 each. And checks signed by Brittany. So why was Sharon auctioning off her daughter's building entry card from 1992? None of it makes sense. She collected Brittany's entire estate when Brittany died. And then she kept Simon's stuff too. So in my last video, we talked about Simon and Sharon's very strange behavior after Brittany died. Doing weird couples photo shoots like this. Let's start with their story. So Sharon called 911 and claimed that she had found her daughter on the floor. She said that she yelled for Simon to come down and help her. Simon claimed that Brittany had a faint pulse. But then in a later interview, they said that they put Brittany in the shower before they called 911. Then Sharon said that Brittany came to her an hour before she found her on the floor and said, "Mom, I'm dying. I love you." Then Simon said, sometime before they found her, he seen Brittany and she was having a hard time breathing and her eyes weren't right. Then he says, "I'm not a doctor, I'm a rabbi. I pray, I don't prescribe." In the Larry King interview, Simon said this.
A declarative statement. My wife had not taken any drugs that could harm her that morning.
So what exactly happened? Because 5 months later, Simon is found dead the same way. So less than 5 months later, Sharon finds Simon in the master bedroom in the same exact condition. And his death is ruled the same as Brittany's, untreated pneumonia and anemia. Now at first, Brittany's mother said she thought it was mold in the house, making them sick. But the LA coroner determined there was no spores in Brittany's system or her lungs. There was nothing in Brittany's system that indicated mold in the house. And if Brittany and Simon were affected by mold, why wasn't Sharon affected? Now Brittany's half-brother had something to say. Brittany's brother said, "If you want the truth, talk to the butler. The butler quit because that place was a nut house." We find out that Brittany was fired from her last movie because Simon showed up inebriated. We also find out that he had children Brittany never knew about. It's alleged that after he and Brittany got married, he had the phone lines cut and isolated Brittany in her home. But how was that possible if Sharon was living there too? Could this be a 2-against-1 situation? Simon's ex-girlfriends testified that he was abusive, controlling, and a con artist. Some even alleged that he squandered over $3 million from Brittany Murphy, claiming he was investing it. Brittany married Simon in 2007 after a failed intervention by her friends showing her evidence of his criminal history. Part 3 coming up. Was Brittany's mansion haunted? And more about Simon and Sharon's past.